welcome back. I feel like I am looking a little odd. I am missing my brows. These are them au naturel. So for today's video, I'm going to be trying out some brow products. Now, not too long ago, I was watching Darissa Rain, also known as Riri, and she was using some Urban Decay brow stencils that she had found, I believe at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, one of those places. So of course, when I saw how well her brows looked, I was intrigued and I was like, I need this in my life. So I looked into it, and here in Canada, it cost a small fortune for the pack that she found. And they were stickers, and I think they might be disposable or maybe a few uses. And I was thinking, okay, well, how expensive is this going to be? Like, how often do I have to repurchase this? So then I went down the rabbit hole of trying to find something comparable on Amazon. My eye's watering already. Hopefully my mascara does not run. So that led me to several different options. They did have some sticker ones there, but again, you're getting a multi-pack of stickers with maybe 2 or 3 of each shape, and then once you've used those stickers, you have to buy the whole pack again. They didn't have just those shapes for you to buy. Or they had the stencil ones where you actually just hold the plastic up and, you know, try to awkwardly get the shape on your eye properly and stencil it out that way. And then I found another pack that was very intriguing. And I should also add, the thing with the stickers would mean more than likely I would want to do my brows before I did my foundation, which leads us to a whole nother mess, because whenever I do that, I usually end up swiping or smearing off half my brow when I do my foundation, because I forget that my brows are done in there, which creates a bit of a frustrating problem for me. But on Amazon, I found something that I think will check all the boxes for me. It's not a sticker, so I don't need to do my brows first or do them after and worry about it taking off my foundation when I peel the sticker off. It's not something that I have to actually hold, which means I'm probably going to move it around and end up with brows that are misshapen and weird. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, and they're reusable. They're not stickers, they're just kind of a soft plastic. So I found this pack here on Amazon, the Canadian Amazon. Hopefully you can find it in other ones. I will link it in the description box below if you are curious on checking it out. It is a kit, and it did come with, I believe, 24 stencils. Before I show you them, I'll show you what came with it. So it came with 24 stencils. It did come with this like eyebrow razor. And it also came with 3 of the brow pens. And they're not bad. They actually hold up really well. I had swatched them on my hand and been washing my hands all day, and they did not come off until the next morning when I was washing my hair and I rubbed conditioner all over it. So that's when they actually came off of my hands. So they have staying power. I haven't opened this one yet. This is the, does it say what shade it is? No. Well, this is the lightest one out of it. It's more of the blonde shade. And then we have, this is more of like a lighter gray tone shade. I can show you this one. See, I still have some on my hand from earlier. I didn't open the blonde one just because I know I'm not going to use it. So, but this is the gray one, and that is a very like hard swatch kind of thing what I did so you could see it. So it's kind of like a brown, but a little bit more cooler. And then we have this darker one, which is slightly more red. And not even red. Like, it's not red. It's just not as gray as the other one. This is the shade that I actually prefer in my brows. And I actually found with the stencils, it was easy to use. Normally these things I think look weird, but with the stencil, it made it easy to use. And I just dropped it because that's what I do. The piece de resistance are the brow stencils. So it comes with all these stencils here. I'll show you what they look like. They're like this. And then they have these pieces in here. I haven't pulled it out yet, so I'll do it for you. And this is just kind of like the inside piece pulls out and you throw it away. And then you have the stencil part here. And the nice thing is it's kind of got like a measurement, so you can figure it out. It works much easier when you're looking in a mirror and not a viewfinder. But you can put it up so that you can measure it out properly. But the great thing about this is it comes with, dropping it again, hold on. But the great thing about these are they come with these bands. So you basically make it like a band that goes around your head. So you simply just take the one end and poke it through, and then you take the other end and poke it through, and then it's just like stretchy and like this. So then you're left with this, and you put it on your head, and it stays there. You don't have to worry about having a hand that you're holding it with. You just, it stays, and it's not sticky, and it's comfortable. They're not hard. They're very soft, almost like a velvety type of plastic feeling. They all have names on them. The one that I used yesterday is called the Autumn Eyebrow, and I felt like it worked the best for my shape. I took the time to put them all up to my brows, and there's probably other ones that would work just as well, but I liked the shape of these particular ones. So I'm going to show you how I did my brows yesterday, and hopefully it turns out good, because I really liked them yesterday. But I'm going to try something a little different today. So yeah, and I don't have a mirror. I have to hold my mirror, so at least I have a hand. Okay, this might be better in front of a vanity where you don't have to hold a mirror, but we're gonna make do. We're gonna do this. Okay. Okay, so I have my mirror here, and I'm gonna try and do this. I keep saying that. We're gonna try and do it. Okay, so obviously, if you are sitting in front of a mirror and not a camera, this is a little bit easier to do because you can kind of gauge where you're putting stuff. So I'm just gonna put this on and adjust it as best as I can. Yeah, and hopefully we can get this to work, because doing stuff in front of the camera doesn't always work well for me. Okay, so I'm gonna just place it where I want it, and same. The only thing that I noticed is yesterday when I did them, I mean, you can do them so that they're more even, but I just found that they were slightly off. So the nice thing about this is you can do one brow and then just slide it over a little bit to get the other side if your brows aren't kind of in the area that the stencil is, if that makes sense. Okay, so I got that side done. Okay, so once you get it once you get it lined up the way you like it, that's when you go in with your brow pencil and you do what you need to do. So I'm just going to use my e.l.f. pencils. I brought down two. They're both in neutral brown. This feels really weird. I feel like I'm playing a game. But they're both in neutral brown, but this one's almost gone. So I brought this down in case we needed it, because I'm trying to be prepared. So I'm going to go in with my pencil. First, and I'm going to just outline it, and hopefully this stays focused, because I feel like it's giving me issues. Okay, so I have that brow kind of done. I'm just going to fill it in completely with the pencil. Okay, so it's filled in completely on this eye. Now I'm going to move to this eye, and I'm going to attempt to do the same thing, which it should be easy because it's a stencil. Okay, so they're filled in, and now I'm going to go in with this brow pen here. It's one of the, in case you didn't notice before, it's one of these tri-tip pens, and normally these are a problem for me because they just look like a swipe of 3 markers basically on my eyebrow. But because I have the stencil here, it kind of keeps the shape of the, like the front of the brow that I want. And I know I went in with the, what's it called? Eyebrow pencil. I went in with the eyebrow pencil there, and I probably didn't have to, but you know what? I did. So we're just going to go over the brow pencil with this and try and do some strokes and see how that turns out. So, are we ready? Now I will say yesterday I did have to fix in just this part here, just because with my natural brow line it didn't match up that great. But this is what we have. Okay, let me look in the mirror. Okay, we're a little harsh here, so I'm going to fix that with the pencil on this side, but here it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm going to just extend my tail a little bit because it's cut short a little bit here, and just fix it up a bit. Let's do that. There, and now I have brows that are even, and I like how they look. I did bring down a spoolie, so I'm just gonna brush through them. And I brought down some brow gel just because the arch is slightly different than what my brows do. But it's nice too because I do have a scar that goes from here to here about. And I always have a hard time with my pencils getting it in there, but with the stencil, it didn't mess up my arch at all. So that was nice. Okay, I really like how that looks. Okay, brow gel it, and then we'll zoom out. So that is what my brows look like and how I got them to work with these. They aren't stickers. Again, it's just the band. There's 24 in the pack, all kinds of different sizes and shapes. Some are thicker, some are a little bit thinner. I think they have something that will probably fit everyone. It's pretty easy if your face is a little bit smaller than maybe what the shape than what these are, to just kind of like adjust it a little bit if you have to, and then when you go to the next brow, adjust it a little bit more that way as well. So I think overall this is a really good buy. I really do like these now that I'm using them. With the stencil, I find they work really well and they're nice to use. Yesterday when I used this, I didn't have any problems with it giving out on me, but I didn't put any product on the front part of my brow either, which I find a lot of times is the case, and I should probably be storing it like this. That probably will help as well. But the colors on these, like these two at least, are really, really good. They're not super red, they're not super gray to the point that they're green, and I appreciate that, especially for a cheap product. And they're the tri-tip ones, which normally I don't like, but again, they work really well with the stencil. I can't speak to this one, which is like the blonde shade when it came. Does it say blonde on it? I think it said blonde on the packaging. But anyway, I can't speak to this shade and how it actually looks, but these two are pretty good. Now, having said that, I just want to talk about some other eyebrow products that I have. And I have tried a few of the single tip kind of marker type of brow microblading type of brow things. And I tried the Rebl one, which if you've been here for a little while, you know I despise it. It's flat out green. It sucked. Don't buy it. But anyway, I have tried the MAC one, and I had high hopes for this. So I got the shade Spiked, and it's the Shape and Shade Brow Tint. And I like the product, and I thought the color would work well for me. I mean, I like the shade. And it has the single tip marker on the one end, and then on the other end it has more of like a wax. It's like a foam type of spongy, not foam, spongy type of thing. And so it's got like a brow powder in it, which works nicely. It's a little bit patchy, but this is the brow powder, and as you can see, it matches fairly well. I mean, that was a darker swatch. It matches fairly well with the cap. Now, tell me if you find anything different about this. This same shade, Spiked. This is the marker color. It does not match the cap. it is a lot more red and it pulls super red when I put it on my face. And so I tried using it. I like the way it applies. I like everything about it except the color. So if you have used this, specifically in the shade Spike, is the marker part considerably more red than the rest of it? Like, does the marker match the cap on yours? Because it doesn't on mine. And I'm curious if mine is defective and somehow got the wrong ink in it somehow, because it's not the color I wanted. And I mean, it was like, what, $25, $28 Canadian to get this. And I would have liked to use it, but I don't want to buy another one and have the same problem. And I could have returned it, but I don't. So curious minds would like to know, if you have tried this, what's your experience? Now, I did, and I have wanted to try for a while, the Urban Decay Brow Blade. So I finally picked that up. And I wasn't sure what shade to get because, again, I was worried about this being dark and turning red. And so I was just debating between, was it Brunette Betty and Brown Sugar? So I ended up going with the lighter one just because I'm like, if it's in the front part of my eyes, I don't mind it being super light anyway. So again, I went with the Brown Betty. And in case you haven't seen it before, the Brow Blade has the micro tip pencil on the one side. Just swatch it out for you here. And this is what it looks like. And then the marker matches the actual brow product, like the pencil, and that's what it looks like. And it's considerably more tiny and thin than the MAC one. So I think I'm going to overall enjoy this more. Again, I'm not sure. Maybe I should have gotten the Brunette Betty a little bit darker, but we'll see. I will definitely use this shade. It's not going to be a problem for me. So I'm excited to try this too with those stencils, just to get more of that wispy, you know, maybe I can get those hair-like things and it'll look more natural than, you know, I took a Sharpie to the front end of my brows, like a fine tip Sharpie, because apparently I have not found the finesse and the technique yet for getting it to work out for me yet. But I like how this turned out. So yeah, that is my experience with this product. I don't even have the name to tell you because I threw out the packaging it came in. But yeah, it was on Amazon. It wasn't expensive. Again, I will link it in the description box below if you're curious to go and check it out. I highly recommend these if you're in the market for a brow stencil. Even if you're just getting them for the stencils and not the markers that come with it. I think for the price of it, it's a good price. Again, you get 24 of them. It comes with 2 of the bands. And yeah, they're reusable. You don't have to worry about a sticker taking off your makeup and doing your brows first. You don't have to worry about, you know, it losing its tackiness and after 3 or 4 uses, you're not able to use it anymore. I like it. I think it's a good idea. And it was nice and snug on my head. I think it would fit a smaller head fine and a larger head as well. So yeah, that is my thoughts and my kind of review on these stencils, which again, don't know the name. Look in the description box. I like them. I like how my brows look. So thank you, Riri, for leading me down this, you know, down this pathway of brow enlightenment. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried anything like this before. Have you been successful in your attempts to use them? Do you enjoy it or do you not like it? Would you rather just do it freehand? I would like to know. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas. Bye-bye.